Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drink. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are the kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example are they showing as leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the bills of the family. And he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
More Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian.
That's right. Let me accept the fact this morning that while we played our national anthem, you didn't attempt to turn down your radio set. Well, that's the way we should go at this point in time, because unity is a powerful force that binds people together and allows them to work together for a common purpose. It is the foundation of any successful team, organization, not to talk of a country. And it is essential for achieving success and progress. Unity is essential to creating a strong, vibrant, and productive society. It brings people together, allowing them to work in harmony, and it encourages collaboration and cooperation. But I took time over the weekend to ponder through that the best way we could achieve this, despite the reforms that have taken shape in our country, we can do this through ensuring of equal rights for all citizens in this country, performance of our obligations. You have a responsibility to carry out in the society. You do it accordingly within the framework of our laws in this country. And also, equal distribution of national resources, and then the rule of law must be in place. That's how far and how best we can come when we're talking about unity. A very good morning to you, and welcome to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics. It is a new week, so we wanted to start with that vibe. Just maintain positivity and see how things will work in as much as that their country is concerned. My name is Moses Ben, Incorruptible Sam. It's good to see you again this week. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning to you, Moses Ben. I think this week will actually be wonderful. Yeah, the motivation is okay. Yeah, I know majority of radio presenters sometimes don't know that we are good motivational speakers. And you have just shown us one skill that we don't know that you have. It's a beautiful one.
You talked about the scripture.
Yeah. Radio presenters are the ones that will leave their pains behind.
All right.
Come here.
I completely agree with you.
To carry other people's pain. They don't know sometimes. Do you know that so many listening now think that what we eat till December, we have it already.
We have it already.
They don't know that sometimes what you eat after the issue, you don't have.
Even how you came to work, Seth,
they don't know.
They don't know.
They passed you while we are coming to work, and they are thinking that Moses Ben is in the studio already. They don't know that the man where they pass, where they waka, where they sweat. But it is what it is. When we, shoulder your own pain and leave ours behind, when we leave the microphone or the studio, we remember that we actually have pains. And another thing is that your cap reminds me of one politician. It should be Ngige that dresses this way. Chris Ngige.
Interesting. Why did you have to point out that, Sam, this morning?
I am very good when it comes to paying attention.
I hope we are not putting up characteristics measures too.
Ngige used to be my man, just like Akpabio when he was the governor of Anambra. But becoming
Abga, right?
Yeah, becoming the minister, he started doing other things.
I said it.
Labor and what again? I remember.
He became corruptible.
Is this the same man that fought Obasanjo when Obasanjo wanted to do so many things there? Just like Akpabio when he was the governor, I was a big fan. But now, he's part of what we are suffering, and so sad. But the band that we know will not change tomorrow. Good morning.
Good morning. Iko Bonaya, a very good brother. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning, my brother Moses Ben. We thank God for the gift of life, as I will always say. It was a rainy weekend.
Yes.
We just hope that we could also experience 1 or 2 days of fair weather. But all the same, like my brother said, we're here to talk. Our own is to talk and expose the ears in the society. So we thank God for His mercies and grace. God will always give us the strength to say what is right. And then talking about unity, that unity is very crucial for the good of this nation, because without it, we'll go nowhere. So thank you very much. I appreciate you.
All right, this morning we'll be giving attention as a focus on standpoint on politics of bitterness concerns its effects and the way forward. Take a look around you. Political seasons will come, and then the seasons will also go. But there is this particular character we live with, which if we look at it squarely, you'll get to understand that it would either directly or indirectly affect governance delivery. For example, I might not on that particular platform be your candidate. Then your candidate succeeded at the end of the day. What happened? Because well, let me not talk about that, but that will be our center of attention this morning on standpoint. Before we get down to that, let us attract other developments so far, so good, as we begin from Abia State. Gentlemen, I saw a report somewhere, and then it reminded me of something also that I heard about this administration under the Governor Alex Otti, talking about 300 persons or Abians that have been sent out to Nasarawa State for either agro or something affiliated with that, agriculture and all of that trainings. Sam, I can understand clearly. Several times on this platform, you have brought up the issue of agriculture and all of that. The governor has taken that move. About 300 Abians have gone down to Nasarawa to obtain skills in terms of agricultural activities and all of that. What's your take on this particular one? Let us not forget, before this one, there is this other one that we are sent to either Sokoto also. What has happened so far?
Yeah, Sokoto.
And then what do we anticipate to be the outcome of this particular action?
That's it. The first move is to do something.
All right.
And I love the fact that the governor is beginning to do that. I don't know if it was one of things he has actually said or he has been saying during his 2015 campaign, 2019, before now. But I want to tell any leader at all that if you think you have the people at heart, you must talk about agriculture. Maybe not because I actually, came through a family that loves farming. My dad and my mom, they were farmers till their death. They were farmers and we benefited a lot farming. And I doubt if there is anything in farming now that I won't do.
When you are saying
maybe fulfilling
it marvels me, because let us go back. It was agriculture, and we were doing so well.
It's so sad when we hear Gary being costly, apple being costly. My mom.
They said that this one, right? It looks like an egg or onion. Something.
My mom till her death did apple. We used to go to the market to sell fufu. That time it was 20 naira. That is what I think it should be. If you merge the ones they sell 50 naira now into 5, that is what it used to be then, 20 naira. And people still say it's small. Now I do the comparison. So when I talk fufu now, you should know I'm coming from
an experienced background.
Jesus Christ, is not. I don't want to. That for months now, I've not touched it because it's annoying.
Sorry,
now,
sir.
It's very annoying.
No, sorry, please.
Now, if we pay attention to farming, some of the things we are suffering, we won't suffer them. So sending people to Nasarawa, because over there they do that very well. Now, when they come back, are they going to, are you going to equip them to continue? That's where I want the governor now to prepare, waiting for them, because definitely they will learn. I host Ibeku people every Friday here. They also, Ibeku people on their own, sent people to go to Plateau to learn the one they call hydroponic farming and aeroponic. The guy has actually been coming here. If you have been listening to me on Fridays, the guy will come here. The people from Israel came down to Plateau, taught them. Ibeku equipped someone, sent him there. He has learned it. Now they are even saying, if you want to learn hydroponic farming, you should come there. for them to teach you. As a community on their own, they have done that. Now they keep complaining that state government doesn't pay attention to agriculture. They have written severally, maybe the previous administration before now. So it is a good one. We need to go back to agriculture, pay attention to that. If we do that in Abia, just imagine, we have Osikapa Abia. Just imagine us training people that will focus on rice. We have good lands for yam. Just imagine people focusing on yam farming. Then those that will go for cassava and other things. I don't think we'll be. Do you know garden egg? I lived with, when I was in primary 5, I lived with someone that, farmed, garden egg. If you go to his land, you will, in fact, a day will not be enough for you to uproot.
That's massive.
Massive. His name is Jonathan. My.
Imagine if he has a manpower capacity.
Manpower to produce
what will come out from that particular investment.
So many people in my community, say Alangwa, they farm garden egg so well. These things won't be costly in the market if we equip these guys to do that. Cassava, so many of them. That is what we are saying. Yes, I know so many people want to wear white and black every Monday, going to the offices. But I want to believe that if you make farming, agriculture, something that will be very interesting and people will have the opportunity. So many people will resign. This one that we are saying that we don't have money to pay minimum wage. You will see so many people that will resign, go to farm, and times 4 of the minimum wage that so many people so many governors are struggling to pay. That's also another means of creating job. If I see an opportunity to leave radio work and go back to farm, knowing that if I farm, I bring out, make my gains, Oga, I don't go. That is what we are saying. Make lands affordable. Not to buy land and claim with your office you buy acres of land and call it real estate. What of farming? Farming is also real. Maybe call it re-farming. While you are doing real estate, let us be doing re-farming. That is what is a nice one. But right. After coming now, after learning, and they come back, I hope they will not start shouting that after months that they have gone to Nasarawa to learn that the government has abandoned them. I want OT to prepare, waiting for them to come back.
All right, that's a very good point, Ike, looking at it from that angle. But we've had cases and situations where this set of persons also have been sent before now. What happens or what is happening to those persons at the state level? And also we have competent farmers even within the state level.
They are.
What measures also, why we are trying to say, okay, as a government, this is what we are doing to empower people and also enhance agricultural productivity within our particular society. But what is wrong? Can attention also be given to those who already have established these skills, but they don't have the wherewithal to enhance it, to ensure that they come out to the limelight? And also, how can we take it downwards? Because I believe and I know there are persons who are also competent, capable of doing this, but because of lack of access to facilities and all of those things, I believe another angle that the government should give attention to. So that will not just say, okay, people are going and all of those things. We leave those ones who are also at the local level. Yes,
you're very correct, my brother. I want to believe that those that had gone for this training before now and nothing came out of it as it were, probably may have been abandoned. Just like Sam rightly said, that's a note of caution for the authorities. If you deploy these people to Nasarawa, to these farms, funny enough, the farms over there are even owned by some of our eastern people. Yes, if you deploy them to those places to learn, some aspect of improved farming, when they come back, establish them. Don't just abandon them. Let them be established so that they can put into practice, put into effective use what they learned. I also would want to probably advise the government in this regard. Let us look at the possibility of reviving some of our farm settlements. Sam talked about let it be farm estates. We have farm settlements that have been abandoned that can be resuscitated. Deploy them, move them to those places.
Put in stringent measures to ensure that these things are guided.
Yes, mechanize it. Come up with the necessary equipment that can be used so that it will not be burdensome, so that because these days you use mechanized farming. Mechanize it, deploy them to those farms and let them begin to cultivate it. Before you know it, or before you say Jack Robinson, you see that we have abundant food supplies in the state. This is the way to go right now. Every Tom, every Dick, every Harry must go into farming so that we can have enough food. And then we can also look at the possibility of concentrating on the competencies of various areas.
All right.
If, like our brother said, in their place they cultivate a lot of garden eggs.
Yes.
Push attention there. You know, if maybe in other areas they do more of palm oil, put attention there. We can we'll have palm oil settlements.
Yes, we do well there too.
Acres, several acres. You know, so those areas you know that they are competent, they are very good, they have the capacity to do this.
Yes.
Produce this particular aspect of agriculture, farm produce in large quantity. What stops us from encouraging them? Go have meetings with their locals. They all have town unions. Talk to them through the town unions, and then get to establish some cooperatives. And then, you know, they have large farms that are lying latent. Manifest those farms and let them be put into use. You know, these days, some of us are even doing some private farmings. You know, the process of cultivating a yam has been improved. Now you can pour some sand, put sand in bags.
Yes, and Steve,
I'm trying it right now as I'm
That's
talking
a good
to you.
one.
Yes,
That's a
put
good one.
yam in bags, store, you know, just put, get some bags, stuff them with some good manure, then put some yam seedlings there. You can do that, experiment on it. Many people are doing it. The idea is, let us not say land, you know, land is nowadays. No, you can do that.
Insufficiency of
insufficiency of land is nowadays. No, it shouldn't be an excuse. You can do that in your backyard.
All right.
You know, so and before you know it, we'll have abundant food supply. But of course, beyond this, we must take care of security. Security is an issue. Our people are dying in farms because they are being harassed by this Fulani herdsmen.
I believe the legislation is still on. The bill.
Yes, it has to be.
They are still working on it.
They just have to pass it so that at least law enforcement agents can assist us in chasing them away from the roads and from farms.
To save all those things we want to bring in.
Absolutely.
As we discuss politics of bitterness, concerns effects in our society this morning, joining us on Standpoint is Barrister C.D. Ogbe. A very good morning to you, Barrister, and welcome to the program.
Good morning.
How have you been?
I'm all right.
All right. When politics is in Nigeria is mentioned, the likes of Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abubakar Balewa, Obafemi Awolowo, Michael Okpara, Akanu Ibiam, these names will come up as a result of their efforts, contributions, leadership styles, and qualities, and the qualities of works and governance they did. Of course, we can say that we are still referencing those things that they've done in the past. It is said that in recent times, a lot has happened in the political landscape of Nigeria. That's why I'm asking myself this morning, thank God you're on this program today, can we say that the nature of politics played in today's democracy in Nigeria can be compared with what we had during the times of our founding fathers? What could politics of bitterness mean to you? And does it play out or has a place within the political landscape of Nigeria, Barrister?
The obvious reality on ground today in Nigeria is that the politics of bitterness has made its way into the Nigerian political terrain, if I should use that expression. And that's why a one-time president of Nigeria asserted that the general election conducted under his watch will be taken as a do-or-die affair. Having said that, it wasn't, the politics of bitterness wasn't prevalent in Nigeria in the days of yore, in the days of the life of Nnamdi Azikiwe and Tafawa Balewa. And I think the reason behind this strange development has to do with the fact that politics is no longer seen as an avenue for persons who have the interest of the society to present themselves to serve the society. And most importantly is the fact that the electoral process that normally throws up most leaders is not usually transparent of late. In other words, when there are individuals, political actors who present themselves to the electorate in order to solicit their votes to occupy leadership positions, and the electoral umpire and the other electoral actors in our system fail to ensure that that the votes of the electorate determine who emerges leader at any given point in time, automatically that seed of discord becomes planted, which gives rise to the politics of bitterness being played in our society today.
All right, this issue I've been stumbling around it to know exactly what it has caused. Has it affected governance in Nigeria in this contemporary time, Barrister?
Definitely, because in the first instance, I appreciate the fact that at the end of every given electoral outing, that these candidates are expected to approach our courts to ventilate their grievances that they may have with the conduct of any given election. In the first instance, politics of bitterness has given rise to a situation whereby, even in cases that are not meritorious, you now have people who approach our courts and tribunals to challenge the outcome of the elections. As a result, you find out that some leaders usually get distracted while in office. Instead of concentrating in delivering the goods as far as governance is concerned, you now have many of these leaders now fighting to know if they can, protect the mandate given to them by people. Meanwhile, I made an explanation from the word go, being that I gave an example with those who may have, on the face of it, didn't have won an election in true sense of it. Then coming to instances whereby there are individuals who may have emerged leaders through processes that are not democratic, you discover that those who feel aggrieved don't also allow them to have their way. Because an individual who believes that they have been sustained in the course of the election being conducted will definitely not be happy. And once that seed of bitterness is planted, the followers or those who believe, in the candidacy of a sustained candidate in an election will not ordinarily confer a leader with the desired legitimacy. Let me give an example. If there is a president in the country or a governor whom a vast majority of the people are of the opinion that he did not emerge the leader of the nation or of the state, as the case may be, through the votes, the real votes cast by the electorate, that legitimacy will be lacking. And the necessary support that should be given to that leader for the country to move forward will not be given to that leader, which will, in the long run, affect the act of governance adversely, which will also be to the detrimental, which will also be detrimental to the growth and well-being of the overall society. In other words, politics of bitterness, in a nutshell, creates an atmosphere that is not conducive, creates a rancorous atmosphere, which prevents the people, the citizens, from giving necessary support, political and leadership support to political office holders that will help it reach as a given environment move forward.
All right, we've seen cases that, let's say, gladiators during electioneering period would exchange words, put up their manifesto, as you have rightly stated, for the overall interest of the people of that particular society. But because I'm not talking to this particular person, this person is from here, governance would not be delivered to that particular society. Let me use the case in Rivers State as an instance. I know a similar thing is happening at the moment, even in Abia State. I've passed through that road several times. There is this road that was constructed under the administration of the former governor, Wike Nyesom, from Igrita down to either Eche that links to Abia State. There is a part. He made that very project very laudable, clear, and everybody was excited about it. But he got to a particular place, and when we tried to investigate and find out why was this part not actually included in the construction project of this road, they said that the governor was not in good terms with a particular man in that community. That was why he could not extend, or intentionally did not want to extend the construction of that road down to that community. These are instances. I know it has happened, the ones that we don't have, we've not laid our hands on, all like this. If it happens this way, where does it lead us to as a people?
If I'm right, initially we are talking about politics of bitterness. But I think this time around, we now have to take it, we now have to approach this issue from a different perspective, being bitterness and leadership.
All right.
Because after politics comes leadership. I think it's one being narrow-minded, for one not to, allow the affairs of governance in a dispassionate manner because of one sentiment. A political office holder is expected to act as a trustee for the benefit of the citizens.
Do we find such in the case of our leaders in Nigeria?
I'm coming to that. Now, if you have a situation whereby maybe a governor or a president will decide not to execute a project that ordinarily benefits the members of a given segment of a society because his perceived opponent or his perceived rival is from that particular society, it's an anomaly. It's an aberration. We shouldn't be allowed to hold sway in an environment. And I think such a thing will only thrive because of the absence of strong institutions. Let me give an example. Going by the principles of checks and balances, you have the executive, you have the legislature, and even the judiciary. Our lawmakers, apart from the conventional duty of making laws for the governance of Nigeria, depending on the given tier of government, under scrutiny. In this case, using a state as an example, the State House of Assembly. Apart from their conventional duty of making laws, they are also saddled with the responsibility of checkmating the excesses of the head of the executive arm of government. In other words, if you have a situation whereby things are done the proper way, the House of Assembly member representing that particular constituency is expected to call out the governor and ask him questions for him to address the public or for him to give reasons, convincing reasons for towing such line of action. But because we have weak institutions in Nigeria, but because some of these facets of our existence that ordinarily are saddled with the responsibility of calling to order those who are not carrying out their duties as expected, because they are not all that independent in true sense of it. That's why we have such a scenario playing out. In other words, we are human beings, and as humans, we have our various emotions and sentiments. That's the truth. However, when you're a public office holder, you shouldn't allow your personal idiosyncrasies, your emotions, your sentiments, to declare your sense of reasoning. You are entitled to your opinion. You have the right to hate whoever you want to hate. You have the right to love whoever you want to love. But while doing that, you shouldn't allow that to affect your official duties as a political office holder. You shouldn't allow that to affect your duties as a political leader or as a leader of a given environment. So the problem, I believe, is it has become common or normal in Nigeria because of the fact that those who are ordinarily saddled with the responsibility of checkmating these excesses are not carrying out their duties as expected. That is why it is thriving. So if you are not happy with a particular individual, if you believe in playing politics of bitterness, because I may mention on the fact that those who told that line of action are those who are narrow-minded as far as governance is concerned. Being narrow-minded as far as governance is concerned, it comes in different forms. We have had situations whereby you had a governor from a given senatorial district of his state. He will now accord undue attention to the people of his own senatorial district to the detriment of the other senatorial district. It shows you are a narrow-minded governor. Because if you are a governor with a large heart, you are expected to carry the entire state along. And to a great extent, you're being narrow-minded or otherwise. With a great extent, determine how far you go politically as a leader, or will determine how far your name will last as a leader. Because in the true sense of it, leaders are those who are expected to leave behind legacies worthy of emulation. And now, if you go down memory lane, you discover that leaders who have governed Nigeria in time past, be it at the federal or state level or the regional level, we are leaders who are large-hearted, leaders who never allowed their emotions to declare their sense of reasoning, leaders who never allowed the personal grievances they may have with their political rivals to affect the manner in which they will pilot their sense of governance. Now, taking a look at the example you gave, don't you think it would have been in the interest of the governor, the then governor of Rivers State, for instance, to construct that road? Because if he had constructed that road, I believe that even if his rival had loyalty in his domain, he will be able to make inroads into that his rival's domain. There are some persons who automatically may become happy with that governor for having given them that road, because definitely I can bet you that his rival will not command the loyalty or the followership of the entire members of that society. Now, but having failed to construct that road, you are even making your rival be more influential in his environment. So it shows how narrow-minded you are, and it shows that you not take business. You not take the business of a leadership, not from a dispassionate perspective, but but from a sentimental perspective, which is wrong. Because if you approach this example is akin to saying that you not pay civil servant the salary at the end of the month because he criticizes your government. No. A civil servant enjoys statutory protection as an employee. In which case, whether you like him or not, whether you criticize him or not, so whether the civil servant likes you or not as a governor, whether he criticizes you or not, you're under obligation to pay him his money. Once he carries out his duties in accordance with the law. And now, it's as good as not saying as a governor that you have to, you also prevent your opponent from plying on any rule confronted under your watch. You know, it shows you are narrow-minded if you told that line of action. But basically, as I said earlier, this particular practice is pestering because those who are saddled with the responsibility of calling to order, the excesses of some political office holders are not living up to expectation. That's why it is rising.
All right. As a matter of fact, it keeps bothering me that why do we keep having these people in the corridor of power? And also, what other legislation can we bring on board to ensure that these issues are being taken care of under any administration, as a matter of fact? Barrister, another issue is the unpleasant and use of derogatory and unguided statements, utterances in different speeches against either somebody who is in power and all of this. Could this also culminate into having bad governance delivery? We'll get to find out from you and to know how this issue would be solved so that at the end of the day, the interest of the people would be the topic whenever we are looking at this issue. This is Standpoint, the saint of all talks of politics. We'll be back shortly. Please stay with us.
Arrive alive. Respect traffic rules. Do not drink and drive. Do not drive and drink. Every life on the road is precious. Drive safely. Be attentive and ensure your journey doesn't become a tragedy.
Stop wa on our roads. One pneumonia bia. Matanando get in their biampa. Pussy wa no urozani. Drive safely.
This message is powered by Abia State Orientation Agency.
Ozia, Sinaka Abia State Orientation Agency. Na biaruni.
Beauty is power. A smile is its sword. Beauty lies in the eye of the beholder. Beauty is all around us. So, if you want to look good always, visit Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. It's new, it's exclusive, and a happening store in beauty products. We deal on perfumes and cosmetics such as body lotions, facial creams and scrubs, body sprays, powders, bath wash, and all kinds of quality cosmetics with affordable prices. Contact us at number 41 Fimbers Road, Umuahia, or number 28 School Road, Umuahia, all in Abia State. Call us on 0806 951 2773 or email us at wandsgleam@gmail.com. Masters and Wands Cosmetics stores. Quality is our name. Signed, Management.
Akahu maramaga kruyonye Bilos Penti. Oh, my boy, Anyapika, Bilos Penti. What German na Penti? Just use go there for once and you go chewing gum for your wall on the In short, the Penti get antifungal. That is to say, Nyama no go fit attack your wall. Lie, closey. Emotion. Satin. Stantes. Mat. Even self Tesco. Oh, no, yeah. Go try you the Penti. Na 080-350-87498 or 091-3888-4292. We there for number 8 Mission Hill behind God is Good Motors. Oh my here. Bilox Penti. Come
on, y'all, let's do this. It's time to crank it up. Hey! We are turning it up on Rapid FM 96.5. The sound of your city. Let's talk politics, dynamics, and permutations.
It's a concern that we have for our country, Nigeria. So this is beyond partisan politics. Nigeria is on drink. Nigeria is on oxygen. And how can we get out of this? And these are kind of people who say they are leaders of this country. What example I may show you I'm leaders of the country?
Let's keep you abreast with happenings in the polity.
I am an employee of the president. I pay the president's salary. I pay the the bills of his family, and he must protect me.
All the resources available in this country has to come together at this time to see how best we can move forward. The interest of Nigeria is part of it.
Standpoint.
Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics.
Standpoint, Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. on Rapid 96.5 FM.
No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. That's right.
You're welcome back to Standpoint, the center of all talks of politics on Rapid 96.5 FM, the sound of your city. We're live on Facebook and YouTube at Rapid 96.5 FM. Today we're looking at politics of bitterness, what it has brought to us as a people in this country. You're welcome back. Barrister, welcome back to the program.
Thank you.
Yeah, Barrister, good morning, sir.
I'm with you. Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Aiko Bundaya.
It's my pleasure.
I want us to do a historical perspective here. I don't know. Don't you think that this politics of bitterness has always reared its ugly head in our polity? You know, historically, even from the colonial days, I don't know. While we're talking here, I just had to cast my mind back, and then I remember the days of Azikiwe, the days of Awolowo, and all of that. And then it's actually occurred to me that somehow it has always, been an albatross in our polity. I don't know how you look at that. If you could throw more light on that. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but I just feel that it has always been the albatross. It has always been there in our polity, affecting the way and manner things move on. I don't know. What's your take on that?
Anyway, what I have to say is that I think I did say from the word go that politics of bitterness has always existed in our political system. Only that it has taken an alarming proportion in recent times. When we go down memory lane, I think we are concerned with the fact that part of what gave rise to the military, to the international of the military in our political life, has to do with the activities of political actors.
Yes.
After gaining independence up to 1966, before the military struck. So that politics of bitterness has been there right from the word go. Only that it has taken an alarming proportion as I speak. So it's not a new development in our polity. And more interesting is the fact that before the military struck, there was this interregional competition. The politics of bitterness to a great extent was basically, purely based on political level. And I am also not so mindful of the fact that there were some forms of intra-tribal rivalry, just like what happened in the West between the Awolowo group and the Akintola group.
Yes.
So I am not ignorant of this fact. But in as much as the military has not struck, and we don't pray for them, we don't pray for that any longer. But we should appreciate the fact that even at the local level, even at the lowest tier of government, which is local government tier of government, the politics of bitterness has taken a worrisome dimension. And that is why in recent times, you may come across a local government chairman who is not willing to grade the particular road of giving a part of his local government council just because he believes that he did not quite garner a good number of votes from the people of that particular locality. It shouldn't be so. After politics comes leadership. The ideal thing should be at the end of politics. You should now face governance. And in doing that, you are expected to carry the entire society along. And under the watch of former President Buhari, he also took politics of bitterness to a different and a strange dimension, especially as far as issues bordering on the political life of the Southeast political zone is concerned. Probably because he never enjoyed an enormous political goodwill in the hands of the people of the Southeast political zone. He never hid his disdain for the people of this part of this country. We shouldn't be so, because as a political leader, you are deemed to be the leader of all, the father of all. You cannot say because this person did not give me, this person did not support me when I was aspiring to acquire political power, that he will not get anything from me. No, democracy is the rule of majority. It doesn't mean that all of us must believe in one thing. We all are entitled to our opinions, and that's the foundation upon which democracy is laid. So if you expect all and sundry to be in support of your, political disposition or inclination, then you are getting it wrong. That means you are not a Democrat. So as far as democracy is concerned, And as far as we profess to practice this system of government, then it's expected that there should be divergent opinions. And these divergent opinions and divergent views shouldn't be a ground upon which you should deny the people what ordinarily should go to them.
Okay. Good morning, Barrister.
Good morning.
Incorruptible Sam here.
It's my pleasure.
All right. And, okay, I don't know if you are a good football fan. I want to come from that angle right now.
Barrister has a club.
Okay.
He has a football club.
Okay. That means, politics of bitterness actually come from both parties. Both the person that won, that will tell you, oh, don't worry, thought I will not win. And all the rest. Then the man that got defeated, we want to try as any means at all to rubbish the current administration. Now, I say football because we know Messi and Ronaldo. They have fans. Someone that will come out to tell you that Ronaldo does not know how to play ball because he's a fan of Messi. The Ronaldo fans will do the same. Now, bringing it back to politics, these politicians also have supporters. We might not call them fans right now. Someone that will say, yes, when my own person was there, he did better. Look at the current administration. Nothing at all is happening. Now, they want to rubbish it. When they use the word nothing at all, they have not seen anything good in the other administration because it's not their own person. Now, my question, can we play politics? Is it possible for us to play politics without a little bit of bitterness, sir? A little bit now.
If I should be realistic, there's no way we can play politics. Politics is devoid of any iota of bitterness. Okay. It's practically impossible. Okay, sir. Because we human, the way we humans behave. I said it earlier that human beings are emotional creatures.
Yeah.
But it's all about having verifiable facts. Okay. Let me give an example. We should also try to distinguish between bitterness and competition.
Yeah.
The joy of politics, before we talk about governance, the greatest strength has to do with the competitive nature of it.
Exactly.
That's why, for instance, many persons have lost interest in local government council elections because in most Nigerian states, local government elections are no longer competitive because of the manner in which most state electoral commissions conduct local government council elections. So, using the example you raised earlier about football fans, part of the joy of democracy is Oteke coming out to say that Okafor has not done anything. And Okafor countering that argument that that Okafor has done a whole lot of things, or that Okafor did a whole lot of things when Okafor was in power.
Okay.
Now, the underlying factors that should be put into consideration is the question of facts. Facts are verifiable. Facts are ascertainable. So, if, for instance, while a governor, I was able to build Kanji Dam, let's say for Lagos, I know Kanji Dam should be in a Niger State. I'm giving an example. That if my adversaries should come out tomorrow to claim that I did not do anything, the staff will be there to answer them. So, politics based on unfounded bitterness is immaterial. And as a matter of fact, for one to be a good leader, one has to be objective in one's activities. So it's all about answering any question that is raised with verifiable facts. So the activities of political supporters or political fans, it forms part of the duty of democracy. After all, even during the elections, these sentiments are usually used in either marketing or the marketing a candidate. For instance, maybe if I'm a member of the ruling party in my state, I may want to defend the government of the state, the government in power in my state, while my opponents will also like to discredit the government. These checks and balances, these arguments and counter-arguments to a great extent, will even help lead to the growth of the society. Yeah. So to a great extent, it is healthy. The one that is destructive is making unfounded allegations, trying to push across false narratives. For instance, saying that I have not done anything, or that I have done what I have done, which is psychophancy. But whether you are pushing forth psychophancy or you are pushing forth false narratives, the best answer to this issue is facts. Governor A did not do anything. The opponent should be able to say it's a lie. Governor A did something. Governor A turned the state into American wonder. That's a question of fact. So ordinarily, there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong with the activities.
How we handle it?
It's not destructive.
Okay. That's good now.
All right, Barrister, let's bring in the thoughts of our listener also, all their questions, so that you react alongside the questions you're getting from us. 09160,965 or 09160-333-965. You can as well drop your message on this line, 09160-333-965 or 09160-000-965. We are discussing politics of bitterness this morning. I brought up something before we went on that short break, Barrister. But let's get to speak with our callers. Good morning and thank you for joining Standpoint. Hello, good morning.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
You're welcome. Your name and location, please.
Hello, Moses, can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly.
Hello?
Yes, you're on, please. You are on. Good morning.
Hello?
Okay, just redial the number, please. 09160-000-965. Good morning and welcome to Standpoint.
Moses.
You're welcome, sir.
Welcome, Akada.
I take character for me, huh?
I will check you.
We'll check you. Forensic audit has to be carried out on you.
Thank you very much. Good morning to our guests and the rest of our colleagues there. Mr. Speaker, I so much like this topic we're discussing this morning because this...
Akada, what's wrong with your line this time around? Hello?
The network is bad.
Okay, the network seems to be quite unfriendly this morning. Redial the number, Akada, and then make your points. We are still speaking this morning on the topic, politics of bitterness, and what it has brought to us as a people in this country. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint.
Good morning.
Happy
New Week.
Oh, thank you so much. Good morning, welcome.
Thank you. My brother, let me say the truth, though. Just your voice, so much. God really designed you with that voice.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. God bless all of you, Nadia.
Madam Joy, good morning. Amen.
All right.
Fact, all the Mahanine, all of them. But let me, that's agriculture. So, you see, I think what they talk about, Okazi and Achara. That is the main demand. The main thing, Anyacho, Amanya Game, Nama Nando to Ya, Garibata. What when born at Deho? I'm agro. We know when time of hunger. That is no for some time. Even myself, I go down because I got totally that is I'm not there. I got a sheet with the Jindi exhibition issue on the and that correct. We need the flying, we need you go green or for I go. When I came with Nama Batara, the Kota and Kigger and I, Kota and Kigeri, so you now one them the best. We don't want Mama Nando to.
All right, make up your point, Mom. All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate your contribution. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Moses.
You're welcome. Your name and location, please.
My name is Owakwe Chidebere. Good morning, Incorruptible and I.
Welcome.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
God bless you. Good morning to our guests. Yes, I'm also a farmer, before you people will forget. I'm a big-time farmer. You know, I deal on cocoa. I have a very large land of cocoa. Yes, I will want the Abia State government to look into bringing in any factory, attracting any factory that can be able to start refining our cocoa production in Abia State. It will go a long way. That's the truth. Instead of us exporting it. Now, about politics of bitterness, to be honest with you, is very bad, especially in Abia State. I felt very bad when I saw a comment of House of Representative member in Abia State mocking the dead in the name of politics. This thing happened over the weekend. Mocking the dead in the name of politics. Very unfortunate. I remember when one media aide to a particular senator in Abia State threatened to shoot me dead because I made an announcement that his boss has been sentenced to a few years imprisonment and all the rest of them. Very unfortunate. We no longer play politics of our ideology and all the rest of them. And I keep asking, when those people keep fighting against their boss and all the rest of them, and at the end of the day, their boss will meet in Abuja and reconcile, they'll be killing themselves down here. What did they benefit? I will appeal with our leaders. They should please, I'm appealing with them. They should please talk to their supporters, because the way they play politics in Abia, I don't think it's the same way they play it in other places. The one in Abia State is very, very annoying. They should please.
All right, round of your thoughts, please.
It will never do us any good. Thank you and God bless you.
All right, Owakwe, thank you so much. We appreciate your contribution. A very good morning to you and welcome to Standpoint.
Yeah, thanks for Akada is back.
All right, Akada, you're welcome.
Thank you. Just to amplify what my colleague, my brother, my senior elderman has said now. The politics of bitterness and anger is very chaos. Let me draw your attention to the fact that all the investment and all the establishments made by Governor Bazo has been abandoned by this present government because it was not done by him. Let me give you one example. Go to Sisoma now. Go to Sisoma before you reach the summer flyover. Just by your right as you're moving, you will see one store built for Abia Police to be located. I hope you have seen that sometime now. If you sit in that front, it has been fully sited and built. But why have the other government of this present day not moved Abia Police to that side? That place is green bush now. Now I have now sent Abia Police there. Because it is not built by him. The politics of bitterness is why also city has not been inaugurated, because the competence was removed by a court of competent jurisdiction now. The politics of bitterness is why the government is not paying the wage allowance that has been issued by the because it's the many of the other states the workers are being members. I'm not a political man, but I am always saying that this is our state. All right,
Akada, run up your thoughts, please. Make up your point. Your time is almost out.
My point is that let us reconcile with our mind.
All right.
They did their campaign.
All right.
So he was going to see that his bank as a with them.
All right, Akada.
That was too long now.
All right.
Let's move forward.
All right, thank you so much, Akada. A very good morning to you, and thank you for joining Standpoint.
Good morning.
Good morning. Please be audible. Your name and location. Ike, you're welcome.
Yeah, what I want to say, everybody is saying that.
Oh, we lost that call. A very good morning to you. Thank you for joining the program.
Good morning, Moses Ben.
Good morning, sir. You're welcome.
I'm fortunate. I'm calling from Omai.
Okay, welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
I agree to my brother.
Yes. When we talk about politics of bitterness, for me, it has become a routine. Because everybody wants to criticize another in order to get into power. And that is why it is very difficult to do away with politics of bitterness in Nigeria. If our constitution had been so strong to get in people who have a heart to serve the people, then there will be nothing like politics of bitterness. But here it is just a way to criticize and get whoever that is in government out of power so that we make our way into governance. For